What movies could have been much shorter if the main characters just used a little common sense? Frozen. The rock troll guys said Elsa needed to learn to control her ice powers, not suppress them. Star Wars. A New Hope. Hold your fire. There are no life forms on board. We have robots. Sir. A robot could have the plans. Oh. Right. Blast it. The end. Toy Story 3. If Andy's mom checked the garbage bag she was about to throw out. Or if Andy would have put the toys in anything other than a trash bag. Like a box. The entirety of X-Men. Logan never listens. Easily Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. But that's kind of the point. Any horror movie. Don't go outside alone at night. Call the police if there's a murder. And don't go to the haunted house. All Scar had to do was snap Simba's neck and throw him down next to Mufasa's body. Roll the credits. Nightmare Before Christmas. If anyone just listened to Sally. The only one with a bit of common sense. Rambo. He should have just kept walking through town. Night at the Museum 3. Literally all you had to do was hold that tablet thing up to the moon to recharge it. Instead they went all the way to London for some reason. The Back to the Future films. Like honestly I swear 80% of the conflict is purely because Marty can't swallow his pride and walk away. Yes I know he called you chicken and yes I know nobody calls you chicken but walk away dude. You have bigger fish to fry. Jaws. Close the beach. Shark moves on. Easy peasy. Iron Man 3 you know. Maybe just don't threaten a terrorist. Elrond and Isildur stand before the fires of Mount Doom. Elrond. Cast it into the fire. Destroy it. Close on Isildur. Captivated by the ring Isildur. No. Isildur turns to walk away. But Elrond shoves him off the cliff into the fire. Elrond emerges from the cavern. Elrond. Tragic news. An orc was hiding in the cavern and pushed Isildur into the lava. But don't worry. I killed it and threw it into the lava as well. Cars. Lightning McQueen was an idiot for making the wrong turn down Route 66 that set the main plot point in motion. It would have been so easy to just stop and think for a second. And go back the way he came. Edit. It was pointed out in the replies he could have just taken new tires during the first race and that would have made it even shorter. Most romance movies. Just talk to your so about the misunderstanding. And instead of saying, I can explain your side. White chicks. They could have used the makeup team to fix the white girls' faces instead of turning two black dudes into white chicks. I mean, Isildur could have just cast the ring into the fire. Serendipity. I don't even think I saw the whole thing. I was so mad at their idiocy. You meet someone you like. Get their phone number. Boom. Couple days later you're on a second date and you eventually get married. The Sandlot. Just go up to the door and knock. Star Wars. The entire series. There's Count Dooku's ship. Shoot him. We have no more missiles, sir. This is a gunship. Use one of your other weapons. Oh yeah. Star Wars credits music. Any movie that has this. Wait. Let's talk about this. Reaches out arm. Don't touch me. Walks off furiously as other person just remains sulking and pondering. Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail. If the producers would have hired better staff for the opening credits. Any movie that comes up with these, I have a critical piece of information and I know it is critical for preventing this great danger, exposing that fraud, bringing these two back on track. However, I choose to not reveal it because I got interrupted and instead of saying it in a short way and maybe even a few times. I'll heat up the popcorn machine and watch the world burn. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. If Anakin Skywalker had just let Mace Windu kill Palpatine right then and there. The Jedi Purge would have never happened. Vader would have never happened. Padme would still be alive. His kids wouldn't have made out years later. And his grandchild wouldn't have been such an emo. Coraline. Maybe I shouldn't crawl into this sketchy magic tunnel that the neighbors warned me about. I'll give her a pass the first time because she thought it was a dream. Though. I guess not the main characters. But even the most incompetent of governments would have stopped what happened in The Dark Knight Rises so much earlier. Any reasonable show of force with an organized SEAL team could have brought down that operation within a week of the whole thing starting. They really didn't need to wait for an AWOL superhero with a broken back to realize that they couldn't just let a whole city get nuked with like 2 months' notice. The Little Mermaid. If Prince Eric just gave Ariel a pen and some paper to write on, they could have cleared things up a lot sooner. Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. Not only the movie would be a little shorter, but a big part of the saga would go away as well. When Darth Maul appears on Naboo through the door right before the lightsaber fight, the people should have just straight up shot him. I know he is a Sith and has a double-bladed lightsaber, but there was 40 people with blasters and 2 Jedi. That fight could have ended in 30 seconds with 1 or 2 non-important deaths. Avengers Infinity War. If Star-Lord keeps his together, there's no need for Endgame. I mean, not the main character, but Voldemort could have just throw Harry Potter out of the window instead of using a spell. Not mine. A Quiet Place. You live in a world where any loud noise can result in being instantly ripped apart by monsters. And you decide to have a baby. Then again, it's Jim. I'd probably risk it to let him put a baby in me too. Every slasher movie. Stay inside. Call the police. Don't investigate weird noises. Batman. Don't walk down streets, name crime alley. The Harry Potter series. Seriously. All Harry needed to do was be open and honest with Dumbledore and Dumbledore with Harry. Attack of the Clones. Dooku. What if I told you the Senate was under the control of a Sith Lord? Obi-Wan, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that edit. Thanks for the upvotes, guys. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Or for the love of God. Just ask nicely. Ghost needs quantum realm energy to stay physically solid? Hold on just a second. Pym and co. have to pull out a woman who's been studying that place for decades. You'll be fine. Just wait a couple days. The Hangover. If they realized a mattress was missing from the room when they went outside to get the car from the valet and saw the bed, they would have been able to find Doug on the roof a whole lot faster. You should have gone for the head. Thanos to not so smart Thor. To paraphrase a classic joke, this is a beautiful house. Big. Clean. Huge lot. Near good schools. We're looking forward to raising our family here. Eldritch voice, get out, too bad we can't stay. Alien. Prometheus. Alien Covenant. Quarantine protocols people. Rambo. Last Blood. The whole conflict is kicked off by the daughter Up. Also. Rambo also up in the middle of the movie. I'd say Johnny English though. If he just listens to his partners or at least think a bit. Everything else after the climax would never have happened. I love the movie though. The Phantom Menace. Have Padme just sign the treaty that Palpatine is wanting her to sign. Then go to the Senate and explain that the treaty was signed at gunpoint basically. Signing a peace treaty does not make one's actions legal. E.g. in World War II, Germany invaded France and forced the French government to sign a peace treaty. But that did not magically stop retaliation against Germany. Harry Potter. Just smoke Voldemort's. The Day After Tomorrow. If Dennis Quaid follows his own advice and stays put, he wouldn't have traipsed through the killer snow and his son would have lived anyway. James Bond. If you can, don't invent a cool way to kill him. Just shoot him. Multiple times for good measure. And then, only after he's dead you can do inventive things with his body and tell him your master plan and do whatever you want. Lord of the Rings. Elrond and Isildur are standing on a rock overhang over a lava pool. Elrond could have just given Isildur a shove and it would have destroyed the ring. 2. Sorry, folks. He slipped and fell as he was throwing the ring in. So, who wants to drink and some elf? Thor. If they told Loki that he was adopted and explained him during his childhood, I'm pretty sure he would have known how to deal with his anger. Winnie-the-Pooh. Just go to the grocery store and get some honey. Jesus dude. Trying to disguise yourself as a rain cloud and eating all of your friend's honey stash until you are morbidly obese when you could just hit up Walmart. SMH. Basically almost any horror movie. Specifically ones with haunted house or haunted doll or something. Any one character is op if there are a lot of them. Fighting on your own is the dumbest possible. Outnumber them. The Warriors. Just take the vests off. Armageddon, 1998. Rather than train and send roughnecks to space to drill into an asteroid, which took a chunk of their needed time, NASA could have just sent trained astronauts to space to drill and detonate the nuke way before the asteroid got dangerously close. Apparently, Ben Affleck suggested this to the director, Michael Bay. He told Ben to shut up.